a lot of breaking news today. This Ron Rivera stuff. In a text to a bunch of reporters, Rivera said, Coach Belichick made it cool to go back to school. Hold on, you haven't heard this? Put on that headset. Let's break some news to the cluster
buster. Get your reaction.
Chris
I got up and walked away.
So
you know he has these breaking news things, and they don't be nothing that's spectacular.
This one is real, dude.
It may be real, but it ain't got nothing to do with this week and what we care about watching football.
It's going to make me angry, though. If he's got a job, it's going to make me angry.
Ron Rivera.
He got a job.
New general manager, University of California Golden Bears football program.
Is there any way I can buy stock in that or sell
short
that stock? Yeah.
They're actually pretty good, dude. They have a good coach.
I bet they won't be.
That was so harsh. And
I almost destroyed my whole computer right there.
How many wins did they have last year so I can bet the under next year?
My computer appears to be working right now, so
let's make money off this.
Cal football. They were pretty good last year. They have a good coach. Last year, 6 wins. Ooh. So maybe they weren't as good as I recall them.
Yeah, you don't. I think you just throw stuff out there sometimes.
How long until he tries to be the coach?
I mean, all he wanted to do before was coach, correct?
Right.
Why does he want to be the GM? He is, by the way, terrible at anything administrative. Terrible.
Yeah, he was the GM in Washington.
Yes.
And what did they do?
Didn't go great.
They picked Emmanuel Forbes instead of Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah, in 4 years. Did you see my comment yesterday went viral as hell? Yeah. I don't even know how this stuff happens. But, I didn't even notice that.
I was going to ask you about that because I remember seeing the videos in the moment, and even before that when he was, driving into the draft, he's like, we're going to get Forbes if he's there or whatever. When did that
There were people
happen?
on that staff that very much thought it should be Gonzalez.
Leading up to it.
Yeah.
Okay. But then night of, everyone has
to get on board. In other words, you're telling me that he did not care about the opinions of the other people around him.
I would
say
that's
Cal
accurate.
And you
now there were it wasn't like he had people that agreed with him.
It was 60-40.
The ones
and that
the ones that agreed with him were the people that he brought in from Carolina. So whenever they decide to do something with the money in Cal, and people don't agree, is he gonna make sure he have people in place to agree with him so he can ignore the majority?
Man, I cannot wait to bet against Cal every single.
How about this? The Cal finished. Let's try to name them. How many teams are in the ACC? So Boston College, Pitt,
Cal,
Syracuse,
Wake Forest,
Cal, Wake Forest,
Pitt,
Stanford, NC
State,
Stanford, Carolina, Duke,
Clemson,
Florida State, Clemson,
Stanford,
Miami,
Stanford,
SMU,
God.
Georgia Tech. We're at 14. This would be a good Denton segment.
Did anybody say Wake Forest?
I did.
He said Wake Forest. UVA, Virginia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of ridiculous. We forgot those ones.
Yep.
Denton, how many teams in the ACC? 16?
17.
Yes, 17, according to Landfill.
Well, they're going to have to get one more because we're going to have the equal games.
Guess where Cal finished in the ACC?
Probably 17.
Cal's in the ACC?
50?
Yes.
I just said that. What? Yeah.
That's what you get Ron in there. He's going to tighten that ship up. 14th. And the ACC kind of stinks.
Let's back up. Let's back up the beginning.
How did I think they were good?
Let's not
they were
back
on
up
game day.
Let's back this up. You said, they were good this year. Obviously, they weren't, Jay. So now you see why I did not think that was.
6 wins might have got you to a bowl,
Now
though.
you see why I did not.
Did Cal go to a bowl then?
Are you now seeing why I thought that was not breaking news?
I have more breaking news on the fan. Denton was sent on a gumbo mission by BMitch, and Denton is back just eating the gumbo by himself. I don't know much about Brian Mitchell, but I know when he sends you on a gumbo mission.
Oh, no, I had gumbo. Why do you think I knew where it was?
So both of you have now had gumbo, and I'm here gumbo-less?
I brought you a soda. You asked me for a soda.
I also had gumbo. So you're the only one that hasn't had gumbo. Sorry.
I'm about to walk away.
Kerwin, you have gumbo?
Kerwin had gumbo?
Yep.
How many bleeps we got on this ship?
Maybe you walked away 8 times. And what do you go through?
Can I get some gumbo?
If he went to go get gumbo, he would come back with something else because he would get distracted and he would never make it to the gumbo.
He just walks away. He don't say anything. Then he shows back up.
Kerwin knows.
So there were very
Somebody
nice.
said they were talking about ADHD.
Yeah.
Yes,
there
we
were
will talk about
two
that.
very nice PR people earlier that live, one in Alexandria, one in Arlington. They were telling us they listened to the program, and they were with Jay Glazer. And we were like, yo, we'd love to get Jay on. They're like, okay, we'll try to get you guys in the schedule. And the woman goes, he's talking about ADHD. Could you guys talk about that? And I was like, yeah, I probably could. I think I can handle that. So what is a general manager's role, Denton, in college football?
To distribute the finances, work on contracts, make sure the people that you are contracted to pay get paid, and then make sure you just give certain people handshake deals you don't have to pay.
Who's the talent evaluator? Is that the coach or is that his role?
It's a little bit of both. So, RIP to
The
Cal.
GM is going to try to tell you who we should pay and who we
You
shouldn't.
got to find Emmanuel Forbes 2.0, and Stanford is going to get Christian Gonzalez.
He's going to be so bad at that. Oh, man, they're going to be so terrible.
What I do think he could be very good at, I'm a silver lining guy. I'm going to find the positives here. I think he could be very good at, like, if he's the public face of having the glad hand and go to Silicon Valley and get these, there's probably some billionaires that went to Cal, get them to pony up some cash. I think he'd be good. I've told you this. If the NFL had like a global ambassador program, Ron would be awesome.
Yeah, but you know what those,
send him to France, let him meet with the Queen.
Billionaires are going to want. They're going to
Wins.
want success and wins, and eventually that's going to wear off too. You can only smile at me so many times and ask me for money. If I don't see it working, when you come back smiling again, I'm gonna give you the one finger salute.
Yep,
the hell away from me.
I think you get, going back to your alma mater, I think you get like a 2-3 year window, even if it's bad. After 3 years, if it's bad, I think alma mater rosiness kind of wears off. Also, to confirm,
it may be quicker than that.
Is that our guy Cam? What's up, dude? I do get distracted. Yeah,
you do get distracted.
To support my they were pretty good theory, they lost 3 straight games by a combined 4 points.
That doesn't mean that they're good.
Maybe Ron can help them with clock management.
Who did they lose to?
I don't know.
Right.
They lost that game to Miami that you're talking about. They were good at the time.
They had a
Why
big
that
lead
was
in that one,
game
didn't they?
day.
Or they came back maybe.
Miami,
they had a
Pitt,
big
and
lead
NC
then
State.
blew it.
Miami, Pitt, and NC State
Okay,
by a combined 4 points. That's crazy.
Two of those teams are pretty good. The other one is NC State.
Miami was pretty good. They were in it till the end.
Yeah, Pitt was
all right.
Yeah,
they were like
good.
undefeated for a while, weren't they?
For a while, yeah. And
a lot of
NC
teams
State
start
is a
undefeated when they
football
play in those little people. Till they start playing in their conferences.
Dude, the ACC is a mess. I was reading this thing. They
should just drop the C, to be the A, and just say CC, Coast Conference.
Well, they're just in trouble. It's television money. Like they made a bad bet when Maryland left. They were like, "Oh, we'll show you," and everybody's like, "All right, we're putting our TV rights together for 25 years," and so they don't get to renegotiate every 3-5 years like the SEC and the Big Ten do. And the money is, the Big Ten and SEC schools are bringing in double the cash, right? Like you can't overcome that in a world that's all money driven.
Money like that at the rate money grows. A 25-year contract for an entity like the ACC is the most asinine thing somebody can do.
The dumbest thing.
That's dumb because
at the time, though,
if you
nobody was expecting the demise of the cable, but
yeah, but still,
that's what some rich person's job is to look ahead.
It's their fault for not looking ahead. Like I remember Eric Williams used to sign a 1-year contract every year. He never signed more than 1 year. That's negotiating every year, so you can get top dollar if you're good. You sign 25, you're stuck in the stuff at that point. So nah. That's their fault. They have analysts that tell them about that type of stuff, right?
Well, so now Florida State and Clemson are like suing the ACC trying to get out, but I think they realize they can't win the lawsuit. So now they're just trying to get the terms changed so that they get out in 2031, which is the next time the SEC and the Big Ten contracts are up. So they're hoping at the next television deal for the SEC and the Big Ten that they can get in on one of those. I imagine, who the hell knows what the world will look like by 2031? But where do you think?
Might not be here. We might not even be here.
We might not be here next week.
Hopefully we're at a point where we're talking about the ACC in 2031.
But, dude, who knows? Where do you think they would be a better fit, Florida State and Clemson?
The SEC. They would try to get to the SEC, and then you'd take some other programs and probably throw them to the Big Ten. Although I don't know if the SEC wants FSU.